I watched it in middle school. First time doing this on the computer. We'll see how this works. Great job looking at dependence and independence. Googled dependence, a state of relying on or being controlled by someone or something else. You can be addicted to drugs or alcohol. That would be dependent on something. You're relying on someone for your financial support. So all kinds of great ideas. If I go up and I click on images for dependence, I get all kinds of stuff. A state in which an organism, I've got drugs, are oftentimes what people come up with. You've got this really cool picture of a guy being dependent or being held in by a ball. What else? Hopefully I don't come up with anything bad. Dependence. It tends to be something on drugs or nicotine, that kind of thing. If we look up independence, what do we get? We get a state of being independent, self-government, self-rule, home rule, sovereignty, freedom, liberty. And I'll bet if I click on images, I'm going to get, yeah, that same kind of thing, breaking the chains, freedom, independence. What else? All kinds of cool stuff. Breaking chains tends to be the pictures you get when you Google independence. So let's talk about that with variables. Let's read a question together and see if this helps us. So, you are doing chores to earn your allowance. For each chore you do, you earn $3. In the equation below, C is the number of chores you do, and D is the number of dollars you earn. The relationship between these two variables can be expressed by the following equation. D equals 3 times C, or D equals 3C. All right, so the question is asking us to identify the dependent and independent variables. So we've got the number of chores you do. Is that dependent or independent? The number of dollars you earn. Is that dependent or independent? Well, the first thing I like to do is I like to read both of these and try to just think about it. Does the number of chores that I do depend on the number of dollars I earn? Or does the number of dollars you earn depend on the number of chores you do? Well, think about that for a little bit. Now, sometimes you can't just read it and get it based on your reading. You have to look here. But let's look at the relationship. So hopefully you just read those and you had a good idea after reading them which one it is. But let's look at that equation. D equals 3 times C, or dollars equals 3 times the chores. Well, the dollars change after the chores change. So the dollars depend on the chores. Same thing here. The number of dollars changes based on the number of chores that you do. So dollars is dependent. And the number of chores I do is independent. Now let's check and see if I was right there.